This is the story of a player whose ability to reject failure and instead grow from disappointment defined his 6'4" experience. Brett Thomas began his baseball career like many of our players did.
Started at NYO from like 5 years old, probably. Played there until I was 12. Then we moved to the Dunwoody Diablos for 13, 14, getting to travel ball. And after that, I came to 6'3" for the 15, 16, 17 season.
The Thomases were happy with the Diablos, but they wanted a more competitive travel ball experience. 6'3" was their first choice.
We just like, we can be in tournaments with them, we like what they stood for, the fact that they didn't really tolerate prima donnas, that when it was all about that kid, it was more about the team, and so, we liked the way they carried themselves.
Brett tried out at 6'3" at 10U, 13U, and 14U, but he never made a team. Unfortunately, his disappointment with making teams didn't end there.
The irony is that Brett just didn't not make 6'3". He was never on the #1 All-Star team at NYO the whole time he was there.
Despite these rejections and setbacks, Brett's personality kept him from getting too discouraged.
He's not like an emotional kid. He was just like, okay, I'll go play on this other team. It was actually fine.
In Brett's defense, he always takes things in stride. I mean, I can remember when he was 12 years old. He probably doesn't remember this. It was after a game. He'd gotten taken out because he was wild. We were walking back to the car, and I said, umpire had a tight strike zone, didn't he? And Brett said, well, it's my job to throw the ball where he's calling strikes. So I just kept quiet after that. That's pretty mature.
That maturity and resolve led Brett to keep on trying out at 6'3", and finally he was offered a spot on Rick Bishop's 15U Tiger team.
So what was it like playing for Rick? That first year, you get the phone call, you get the 6'4" hat. We finally made it. We tried out, we made it. So what was it like?
It was cool to join like a big program like that, but really it was just a fun season. We were pretty good too.
It was great. I mean, we loved it. We were just happy to be here. And we just loved that they were more into developing the players more, instead of it's all about winning, we're going to wear his arm out no matter what to win a game. Like, that's one of the things we liked about 6'3" is we knew they were, had the best interests of the players and just wanted to develop them and stuff.
Yeah. Until we went over there, I would keep a pitch count. And I would tell the coaches, this is Brett's limitations on his arm, this is where you can. And then once we went to 6'3", I put the pitch count thing away because I didn't have to worry about it. They were not going to tear his arm up just to win a tournament.
After a successful 15U season, Brett then made Ryan Sterling's 16U Cougar team. At the end of that summer, things started to happen.
What happened is when Brett really got on people's radar screen at that last tournament, everybody had shown up to watch a couple of other kids. And so he gets brought in relief and just starts lighting up his curveballs, working, he's hitting in the 90s, and all of a sudden people start flipping their charts. I mean, there was SEC schools there, ACC schools there. He's getting phone calls from 6'3" saying, hey, you need to call this coach at this school, it's ACC school, this. So it all happened very quickly. I guess the moral of that story is when you have an opportunity, you take advantage of it.
At the end of his 16U summer, as Brett began his junior year at Riverwood High School, he began to get offers from big-time college baseball programs.
I mean, I didn't really think about college baseball until that season, but for me, I never really thought about going to play anywhere that wasn't at that level. So I wasn't really worried about it. I don't know why. I guess looking back, I kind of should have, but I didn't really think anything of it until I got to that level and I started getting calls from those people. But I didn't really want to play anywhere that wasn't SEC, ACC, that level.
If Brett wanted to play in the SEC, he didn't have long to wait before the SEC came calling.
And so then we went to South Carolina. He had gone to another school that had shown a lot of interest in an SEC school. But then went to South Carolina, we just loved it. Now I remember Brett He looked at me over there and he goes, "This would be just like playing a 6-4-3."
So in the span of just 3 years, Brett Thomas went from trying out for 643 and not making a team for the third time to finally making a second team to committing early to an SEC baseball program. 643 baseball is all about development, and development is impossible if it isn't preceded by failure. Brett Thomas is just one example of our many players whose maturity, resolve, and dedication define the 643 experience.